Hello, we're rolling. I just wanted to do a quick end of video description. Well, I was going to write it in the description, but I've decided to do a quick chat because basically just explain what was going on here. I did a quick shoot today with some new equipment. So I know this is predominantly a car channel, but some people might be sort of techies and slightly interested in what's going on camera-wise. So, and there might be people who've just found this because they're just purely interested in the camera. It's a pheasant. So today I've used a Sony A7 III, and yeah, it's a pretty popular, hard to get hold of camera at the moment. They've only just come out. Well, they came out in April, but yeah, they're quite hard to get hold of at the moment. And I wanted to basically take the opportunity to come out and do some low light, high ISO shooting and see how it fares. I'll get through various other tests of it, you know, at a later date, but at the moment I just wanted to try it basically in the dark. I've come out purposely when the light's gone. Ordinarily I was shooting on Canons before, and I'd have given up basically, or gone for a really dark night look. But the kind of light I've been shooting in, to give you an idea, the shot with the camera on the bonnet looking back at me driving was at 12,800 ISO and f1.4 at 50th of a second. So that is dark. That is dark. That is really dark. The kind of level of light that really isn't much point in shooting. If the light's that low, go somewhere else, sort of thing. I mean, obviously you can do a night shoot, but I'm in the country lanes here. There is no ambient light around. So yeah, and it's usable. It is usable. The image is usable, as you can see. It might not be perfect, but considering the levels I was shooting in, it is absolutely amazing. The other thing is the battery life has done really well. I read a lot of things about the new improved battery life, but yeah, the battery life has held up really well. It did the whole shoot, no problem. Plenty of battery left at the end of it. I think it had about 50% battery left. But yeah, so most of it, I mean not all of it was at 12,800 obviously, but most of it was sort of like 3,200 and above. Maybe there is some earlier on that was a bit lower. So some of the GoPro shots, which are, you know, of the wheel, and actually I'm going to spin it around, are of the wheel, and actually the bonnet stuff was a bit dark. That's why it's a bit shaky and a bit grainy. But some of the GoPro shots were done a bit earlier for the reason that obviously that camera can't cope in the same way a big full frame mirrorless can from Sony, sort of thing. But yeah, it performed really well, and I don't know what Canon are doing. I don't know what they're doing, or Nikon really for that matter. The mirrorless from Sony really has come on, and what they've put in this A7 III is remarkable. The focusing system, the battery life, the ISO, the balance of the ISO and the low light with, you know, its pixel count is incredible really. Oh yeah, sorry, that also explains the gratuitous slow motion at the beginning, purely because I'm testing out the 120 frames a second or 100 frames in the UK here, because I'm shooting PAL, so it's 100 and then I've, you know, put it on a 25p timeline. But yeah, that's a little bit on the camera. Secondly, the car, I suppose. It's a car channel, people might be a bit more interested in that. But yeah, coming out to do this shoot has allowed me to rekindle my love for the car and what I enjoy about it. You come down a tiny little country lane like this. I mean, it's only really no passing room at all. It's one person. There is slightly two lanes on some of these roads, but ultimately it really is tight, windy little lanes, and it's mega. The reason why it's mega is because you can't go that quick down here anyway. It might be a 60 road, but you'd be a nutcase to drive at 60 down here. And with this car, you can change gear 3 or 4 times and still feel like you're thrashing it. You know, you can blip a down change, come into a corner, and then give it some beans, and it's great fun. as I say, a more capable car is just dwarfed in the roads, and you just don't really get to use it. So the main thing is with the... There we go, sorry. With the lightweight and the short ratios on the gears, I say by sort of 50 mile an hour you could have changed into fourth and feel like you've been thrashing it. That's the point. It's the feeling, it's the sensation that you're actually, you know, on the raggedy edge, even though you're not. It's the feeling that you're sort of crashing through the gears and actually using the engine and working the engine, and yet you're nowhere near even the actual speed limit. Whereas, you know, other cars, much more capable cars which would shine on bigger, more open roads, or on the track, for instance, or a large... well, there'll be plenty of people who track a 205 would argue with me, but you know, sometimes you want longer legs, basically. Sometimes you want longer legs, but in these conditions, in this situation, you don't need nor want longer legs, really. But yeah, it's really allowed me to enjoy that again. But yeah, that's basically it, really. The Sony, I'm looking forward to getting to use it a lot more over the coming, well, the indefinite future, really. It's a revelation, frankly, in comparison to the Canons before. I haven't even shot in 4K yet, but I don't necessarily have the need to shoot 4K at present, because, I don't know, tell me, you want stuff in 4K? But I watch all my YouTube content on mobile devices. Very rarely am I sitting on a big screen. So for me, for YouTube, 4K's touch overkill. Maybe as we move on, as we progress, we'll move more and more towards that. And if I shoot something really tasty, you know, car-wise, I'll probably be tempted to shoot in 4K because I want as much quality as possible. And even if I'm going to downscale it to 1080p to get a really ultra lovely crisp image, sort of downsampling, I suppose people call it, I'll have a go. But that's pretty much it for now. I hope you're enjoying the content. Big plans to keep going, keep pushing it, and try and put some really nice videos out. I've got some cars in mind that are sort of on the fingertips as such, on the cusp, that should hopefully get to shoot, and try and produce some nice stuff that isn't purely of this old knackered well, it's not knackered, this old 205 that people are probably bored of seeing by now. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again soon.